so today's video is going to be a first impressions get ready with me on the Colourpop Wine Only pressed powder palette. So I was debating for like 2 days since I got this palette whether or not I was going to keep it. I was originally going to give this away for another fall giveaway on my channel, but after looking at it obsessively like 10 times, I'm like, I really want to keep it. So, and I just sold a couple palettes on Poshmark. I might be decluttering another palette to another friend. So I'm just going to keep this palette. It really is such a pretty color story. So here is the outer packaging. And then the inside packaging is kind of different from the outer packaging, which I really like. I kind of wish that this one would have been like in this packaging and like the cardboard, but it's all right. We're not, it's not my decision. The only thing is that I got this like 2 days ago, right? And I did get quite a few scratch marks on my palette. And there's even like a little bit of like a indent here, like kind of like a dent almost, like kind of like it was pushed down. But the inside palette came completely fine, so the outside doesn't really bother me. And sometimes this happens with their plastic packaging, is that they do get scratched up, but I think that's due to shipping. But this was like perfectly bubble wrapped the way that it came in the box. So anyway, this is the Wine Only 9-pan pressed powder palette. So this is what it looks like. I'll show you guys a close-up. So pretty. I kept on debating whether or not I was going to keep this, and I was like, let's get real, Caitlin. You're probably going to keep it. This has been a palette on my wish list from Colourpop since it came out. So we're going to just jump right in because I'm so excited to try this. So let me see which shade is deeper. They're both really pretty red, rich mattes. But I'm not sure which one I want to use as a crease shade. And what, you know what? I think I'm going to use, I'm kind of torn. I don't know how they're going to look in the crease because I feel like they're going to be pretty deep. So I might start with this shade first, which is called Sip. I was about to say like Sip Rip. Oh my god, that is pigmented. Wow. That picked right up on the brush. Okay, let's start applying that. That is really pretty. Again, I usually have no trouble blending out Colourpop shadows and their mattes, so we're just going to start by putting that in the crease. And that's actually a really pretty shade to start with. I was going to try and use like all of the reddish tone shades, but this shade is even deepening up quite a bit every time I dip into the pan. So I feel like the other two reds would have been really deep to start with. So I'm kind of happy that I started with this one. But I have no problem like starting out with like darker, richer tones. I love that kind of look, especially for this time of year. So happy fall, everybody. You probably won't be seeing this look for a while because your girl is getting a lot of new palettes, but this honestly blends out so super smooth. Like, and they pick up really nice and pigmented, and the only reason why you're seeing kick up is me just tapping off the brush. So far it does blend out really, really nice. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so that's that. That's really pretty. I don't think I want to build it up any more than that. I kind of wanted it to be just a soft hint of like a reddish pinky color. But this one is actually a lot deeper in tone once you put it on your eyes. It's definitely not as light as you think it would be, so just keep that in mind. It's a very buildable shade to get like a nice, richer kind of reminds me of like rosé type of wine color. So pretty. Okay, and then for the defining shade, I'm going to take this really nice deepening red shade called Mullet Over. Again, these pick up really, really pigmented. Wow. And then I'm going to use that to define. Oh, wow. That's really nice. So what's funny is that I debated about this palette for like the longest time, but again, I might be decluttering a couple of Colourpop palettes because I have just gotten way too many new ones in my collection at this time, and it's kind of overwhelming me. But I just sold 2 Too Faced palettes on Poshmark like a little bit ago, so I'm going to be getting those ready to go and out probably by tomorrow. Because your girl still has a lot to do before I can relax on Sunday, because I actually had a pretty full week this week. Next week, I'm not really working. I am getting ready for work right now, which is when I usually film my first impression videos now. But next week, I'm not really working because this is my last week as a supervisor, and honestly, I'm kind of happy because I really do not want to be a supervisor anymore. It's just like I kind of want to just have a little bit of time off right now. Oh, that is so nice. That built up really nicely. Really pretty. I want a little bit more on this side. These are really rich, deeper tones, which I kind of wish that's what the new Hocus Pocus palette was, but we can get those in here, so. Okay, and then for the outer corners, we're going to use this deep red right here, which is called Winter. Winter? I guess it's a German name for wine, maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but I would think it's called Winter. So we're just going to apply that here. And forgive like if you see some texture in my crease. I think that's just from my dry eyelids sometimes, and when I use the Anastasia, by the way, I had already primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer. Oh my god, I'm so happy I kept this palette. This is really pretty. I was thinking that it was gonna be too similar to the Melt Waiting Room palette, but this is actually easier to build than the Melt Waiting Room, just because Melt shadows are very, very pigmented. These shadows are really nice and rich, deep pigmented shades, but they're kind of easier to build and blend, and that's why I like Colourpop's formula so much, is that they're very easy to build and blend on top of each other, and most of the time the shades blend really nicely together. I like strained my shoulder a couple times this week, and it's like the pain is coming back in this shoulder, so if I'm like this, like, or just feel a little bit uncomfortable, that's why. It hurts. So, oh god, it really hurts. Okay, so we're just going to keep on building that. Don't know why I can't see anything right now. I need a little bit more. Okay, so that's really pretty. Just want to build it a little bit more up here. I just get like such glare sometimes and I cannot see what I'm doing. But I'm going to have a pretty big haul when I get everything in, because there's some other palettes that I'm eyeing. I'm definitely getting 2 more, and then after that I am putting myself on a no-buy for so long, like probably at least 2 months, because I'm just getting way too many palettes at this point, and it's just overwhelming me. So, alright, and now we're just going to, but I'm just having fun trying new palettes right now. I don't know, I've just been wanting to try so many new palettes. So I'm just going to pop on some glitter glue, and then we'll do the lid. Okay, and then for my lid shade, I have to go into this really pretty like wine shimmery red. It is so pretty, so I'm going to use that all over my lid. It kind of reminds me of, oh wow, that is really, wow, that's really rich and pigmented. That's really pretty. Whoa, I didn't think it was going to be that intense. That's really nice. It reminds me of the red shimmer in the Hocus Pocus palette, but that's actually even richer in tone than the one that's in the Hocus Pocus. And it's very, very smooth. Like it almost feels like a wet metallic. That's really pretty. Ooh, I like that. Okay. You guys, I'm sold on this palette. I mean, I've heard so many good things about it, but I just didn't get it. But now I feel like since it's fall, it's like the perfect time to have this palette, so that's really pretty. All right. Probably should have applied a little bit more glitter glue over here. I was talking to like quite a bit of people before this, and I just stopped talking to them because I wanted to film with this palette. So that's what happens, is that I like stop talking to people like 2 hours before I have to get ready for work now, and then I just like don't answer anybody until like later. That is so pretty. Did anybody pick up anything from the new Hocus Pocus collection though? I did pick up 2 of the lippies because the lippies were the only things I was really interested in, and I thought the mirror was so cute. So I also picked up the mirror because I wanted that for like Halloween spooky season for looks on my channel. So I wanted to use that for like spooky looks. I'm so excited to do some Halloween looks. I'm not really sure what Halloween looks I'm gonna do yet because I haven't really talked about any Halloween collabs yet. I do have one collab that I talked about with Brittany, and I'm so excited to do a Hocus Pocus collab with her because she really wanted the palette last year and she missed out on it, so I offered to get it for her right now, and I'm gonna be sending that to her. I just, I know that she was so sad that she couldn't get it last year. I was like, well, I don't need it again. I wanted to get it, like the Hocus Pocus palette, to give away on my channel, but they're not selling it individually, and I didn't want to buy 2 sets. Like, it's a little bit expensive to buy 2 sets and give away one on my channel. Where the heck did that just go? I'm kind of mad that they didn't put a plastic insert in here and they just put this foam thing. I mean, I'm going to get rid of that anyway, so it doesn't really matter that it fell. I'm just going to reinforce those mats a little bit and just build it up a little bit more. But yeah, this shade is a little bit of a chameleon because it builds up a lot, so just keep that in mind. Just if you don't like it too richly pigmented, just use like a lighter hand. Oh yeah, this is so pretty. So pretty. Oh, I'm really liking this look a lot. I mean, I love these kind of red tones this type of year, but I haven't done a red look in a while. And I usually only do them around this time, and I just could not wait to do a red look. I did like an orange pumpkin spice kind of look yesterday, and now I'm doing a red look. I just love fall looks. And then I'm going to do like a smoky look, and then like a toasty, warm tone vibes, and like a grungy look. I can't wait. I love fall looks so much. I know it's like a basic B kind of, time, because, pumpkin spice lattes, but honestly, fall is like, I get so excited for fall. Summer and fall are my 2 favorites, seasons. Winter, I would love more if it wasn't so freaking cold. I hate the cold, but I do love sweater weather. And then spring, I love too. I just like, for spring, I never know what to wear half the time because the temperature just changes too much. All right, I'm just deepening that up a little bit more. I'm going to do my base off camera so I won't be talking your ears off for much longer. Yeah, that turned out really, really pretty. I like this a lot. Okay, so I went ahead and did my base. I used the MAC Prep and Prime spray, and then my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And then for my face, I used my Pat McGrath Labs foundation in the shade Light 1. Love this foundation. And then also the coinciding concealer. I love these two. This concealer is like one of the best. It doesn't really crease underneath my eyes as much as other concealers do. It's such a great concealer in the shade L1. And then I did my Pat McGrath Labs setting powder. I just love all three of the products. They're all wonderful, well worth the money. And then for my face, I used the Dior powder to set because I'm a bougie bitch today. So really inexpensive palette on my eyes and really expensive stuff on my face. So it's so funny. All right, so now I'm going to go back into the palette. I think I want to smudge something on the lower lash line. But I don't want to take something too red. I might take this shade. I know it has some glitter in it, but I don't want something too red. But I also did not use this one on my eyes. I might use that one on the lower lash line. So let's see where it takes me. We always like to experiment a little here. But I'm going to pop this gold color into my inner corners first. And that one is called, it's really hard to read these. I don't know why. Blanc. Like the font is just hard to read. So that one I'm going to put on my inner corners. And it's a really pretty, like, deeper, like, goldy, rosy gold shade. It's really pretty. Yeah, that's gorgeous. I really love Colourpop's shimmers on the inner corners. They just pop so beautifully. I mean, their shimmers are stunning. Their shimmers are where it's at. Their mattes are great too, though. I think that they have been improving their formula, especially this year. I've noticed that their palettes are just really improving in the formula. I'm just gonna pop that here too. I don't know why it's not showing up as much as the other sides. You know what? We're gonna use my pinky and just pop it on like that. Yeah, that's definitely more pigmented now. So we're gonna put it on just like that. That's really pretty. So I do have to close at work tonight. This is like my last closing shift as a supervisor, so. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, and then I was about to put my brush away, but I need it for the lower lash line. So I think I am going to take that, like, kind of mid-toned reddish pinky shade, and I'm going to run that on my lower lash line. That's really pretty. Yeah, I like that because it has a little bit more pink than red in it. So, like, sometimes reds are, like, hard to work with on the lower lash line just because they can make you look sick if they're, like, too red. But I think this one's really nice because it's more of a pinkier red. Like a berry toned red. And that's really pretty. Yeah, I like that I did that. And I'm going to do the same over here. Now, I did want to use a red eyeliner as well, but I think that's going to be a little bit too monochromatic. So I might just stick with my normal chocolatey brown shade. I was thinking about chocolatey and normal together, so I said normally. Not that that's not a word either. So anyway, I saw Angelique, I'm such a dumbass. I saw Angelique Nyquist try this palette recently, and what's so funny is that I saw her talk about it in like her monthly countdown that she does of all the products that she's tried that current month. She always counts them down from like worst to best. And she said she was really back and forth with this palette as well, and she said that she wasn't sure if she needed it or not. And then after she talked about it, like, again, I was thinking about giving this away on my channel, but I just think it performed really beautifully, and I think that the shades are really nice and pigmented. So she was saying that she was on the fence about this palette too, and then she finally got it, and she's like, I have to stop myself from using it because I love it. And I was like, well, you're just gonna convince me to keep it then. So yeah, I just want to reinforce those shades, and then we'll do the eyeliner. So I just went in with my trusty dusty Marc Jacobs eyeliner in the shade Earthquake. I use this eyeliner almost every day. I just love it. And then for my primer, I just went in with my other trusty dusty, which is the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. And now I'm going to go in with my favorite mascara of the moment, and it's the Rare Beauty Mascara. I love this mascara, so I'm going to coat my lashes with this. I do want to try a couple of other mascaras that came out, but I'm kind of trying to hold off until the Sephora VIB sale. I am interested in trying the Patrick Ta mascara, and also still want to try the Pat McGrath and the Charlotte Tilbury mascaras, but I need to work through some other mascaras before I get more, because I just have too many in my collection. But honestly, I've just been using like the same 3 mascaras lately. This one, the Colourpop Act Natural, has just been my go-to everyday mascara, and then the Marc Jacobs Noir. I've just been switching between those two for work. So, but this mascara is so good. It's so lengthening. I'm really loving this eye look so much, but it basically just says my love for wine-toned colors and reds, because I love these types of looks. Okay, and then I'm just going to coat my bottom lashes really quick, and then we'll do the rest of the face. Okay, so I just coated my lashes on my bottom lashes with my Maybelline Lash Discovery that I always use, and now I'm going to bronze up my skin, and this has just been my favorite bronzer for the fall time, and it's the Dior Tan Bronze bronzer, so I'm just going to use that. It's kind of like a bronzer contour color for me, because it has more of like a very neutral, cool tone, undertone to it, but it's not ashy, like, whatsoever. I don't know how they did it, but it doesn't make me look dead. It's like I don't even know. It's like, kind of has a hint of warmness to it, even though it's a cool tone bronzer. It's so beautiful, and it just, Colourpop, Christian Dior. Oh my god. Christian Dior just has like a beautiful powder formula, so absolutely love that. Okay, and then for blush, I just have to grab a blush really quick. Okay, and then for my blush, I'm going to go in with one of the House Lab blushes. This is one of my favorite fall blushes right now. It's called Flirt, and it's just such a pretty like burnt orangey like terracotta shade. It's so gorgeous. These blush and highlight duos were so underrated from House Labs. They are so freaking good. And I'm going to get her new palette that's coming out too. So I'm probably going to whip this out again and use it for that video. So this has been one of my favorite blushes of the moment. I've also been using like Toasted Cinnamon from Burt's Bees. I don't have too many like staple fall blushes. I only have like a few, but they're ones that just work with these types of looks. And this one is so pretty. I used this like a couple weeks back, and I just thought this would be a perfect like burnt orange, almost red type of color for this. I wanted to use my Jouer red blush, but I was like, I think that's going to be a little bit too much red, because I already have so much red on the eyes. So, okay, so that is that. And then for highlight, I do have 2 new highlighters to use. And I kind of want to use one of them with this. I think this one's going to be stunning. And then this one would also be really pretty, because it's a really pretty like rose gold. I think I'm going to use, because I can just use this one tomorrow. This is so gorgeous from Becca. Look at this packaging. It's called, let me just swatch both and see which one. Oh, that would be stunning though. I think I'm going to use the Becca one. I'm kind of dying to use it, so we're going to use that. And the other one's from Physicians Formula. I have found both of them at Marshall's for really great prices, so but I'm so glad I got this limited edition packaging for this one. This one is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Rose Quartz. And usually, from what I've known, the Rose Quartz shade that was the permanent Rose Quartz shade in Becca's line for the Shimmering Skin Perfectors was always like kind of more of like a rose gold. But I think they made this color like a bit lighter because it was like a, oh my god, I just dropped the plastic. Why is it that everything gets lost like a black hole once you drop it? But anyway, this packaging is stunning, and I'm going to use this as my highlighter because I really can't wait any longer. I think it's going to be stunning. Oh my god. So pretty. Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors killed it. Like, when they came out, they killed the game. And they are still one of the best high-end highlighter formulas. Like, I think Becca, Anastasia, and Dior make my 3 favorite, like, high-end highlighting formulas. It's just, oh my god. And that even reflects more than just pink. That is so pretty. And I do kind of want to go in with like a pinker lippy. I don't know if it's going to go with this look, but I do want to try the new lippies that I got from Colourpop. And it's a new formula. But I might go in with like the cooler tone pink. It might work a little bit better. But that is stunning. I'm so glad I used that. And it just added such a beautiful like slight hint of pink. So pretty. And then I'm just going to set my face and do everything else off camera, and then we'll do the lips. Okay, so now I'm going to do my lips. I went in with my Milk Set and Refresh spray. I'm kind of getting a little bit annoyed because my friends never stop messaging me. It's always the 2 people that I need to talk to the most, and it's driving me nuts right now. So, and then it's like they never hit me up until I'm filming, and that's when they send me a million messages. So that's always what happens. And then for my brows, I just went in with my e.l.f. Wow Brow. I still need to get another one of that. I might get it later when I go to Target later after work. So for my lips, I'm going to use Colourpop's Good and Plenty lip liner. I'm kind of going to go for something a little bit pinkier for the lips. I was going to use something like vampy, but I was like, I can always do that at some point. All right, I need to sharpen this, and I actually have a sharpener right in front of me. Because this is like definitely one of the lip liners I use quite a bit, so. It's a really pretty, like, not too pinky toned lip liner from Colourpop. Oh my god, do I have a tissue? Probably not, because I'm kind of going to get this everywhere. Okay, we're just going to leave it there. Don't try this at home, kids. It still takes me an hour to film. So I have 20 minutes to get my stuff together for work. Oh, so pretty. And then for my lips, I think that a pinky lip is going to be really pretty for this. I'm going to go into the brand new lip cream formula from Colourpop. This is the Colourpop Fresh Kiss Lip Cream in the shade The Rachel. And I'm going to use that on my lips. I haven't been able to wear these yet, so I kind of really want to test out this formula. And it's a really pretty color. I think it's a really pretty color for this look. I did try this out last night, and it's very smooth and easy to apply. I'm really mad at myself that I didn't order a wrap when me and my boyfriend ordered food yesterday, because we still don't really have that much food in the house, and I don't really want to order food later because I don't really have any money until like tomorrow because I get paid tomorrow. I mean, I have money, it's just like I'm trying not to use my savings too much from like unemployment and everything. This is so pretty with it. And this is a super smooth formula. I'm just going to finish applying off camera. Okay, so I just wanted to share my thoughts on the lip cream really quick because I know a lot of people were asking how this is different from the Colourpop Luxe Velvet lipsticks. It's pretty different actually because the Luxe Velvet lipsticks are not as pigmented and they also are matte, but not as matte as this. But this is like way more pigmented than the Luxe Velvet lipsticks. The Luxe Velvet lipsticks have like a very velvety finish to them and very lightweight, not as pigmented, but they're beautiful on the lips, and that's one of my favorite formulas from them. But this is kind of like a glossy matte lipstick. It's like kind of like a glossy matte hybrid, which I really don't have anything like this in my collection. And this is different from the glossy lip stains because it's way more pigmented. But I love that it adds like that glow, that it has like a finish of a lipstick, but it's a matte liquid lipstick, but it has like a glossy finish. And I really, really like it. And since it was called Rachel, I had to get it because, or the Rachel, because hello, the Rachel from Friends needed in my life. And then the other shade I got was Baby Spice, and Baby Spice was my favorite Spice Girl from the Spice Girls. So my 90s is thriving and living and breathing. So I am a 90s kid. So yeah, I love you guys. Here is the final look. Here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. I'm obsessed with this palette. I'm really happy that I finally decided to try it, and I think it's beautiful. I'm going to be doing a ton of these kind of looks for fall. I love these kind of colors for fall, and I think that this palette is beautiful for it. I think it's a really easy, simple palette to use. I will put on my jewelry after I film. I usually always do that. I usually leave my jewelry off until I go to work. So I do wear jewelry. I just don't wear it when I'm filming. But yeah, I think that this is really pretty. It actually surprised me on how deep these are. I really thought that they were going to be much lighter in tone, but once you apply them to the eyes, they definitely come out more richer in pigment when you're blending them and building them up. And I think that this look turned out really beautiful. So really, really like this palette. What can I say? I really like Colourpop's formula. Love this highlighter. I think that this is gorgeous, and it adds like this, it's not like as pink as I thought it was going to be, and I really like that it's even lighter. So I think it's really pretty. And I think that this lip color is really beautiful with this look, and I think that this lip formula is very, very comfortable on the lips. Super comfortable. I actually just ordered 2 more of these. Part of the Hocus Pocus collection. The lippies were the only thing I was interested in. I think I said that earlier in this video, but those were the only things that I wanted from the collection, and the mirror. So yeah, I love you guys. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819 and my Poshmark at CBW819. Check out my Poshmark. See if there's anything you want to pick up for yourself. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.